Hey everybody, and welcome to something a little bit different. As you can see, this is not Super Mario Galaxy 2, but rather Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. For any of you who have watched me for a long time, know that this is my first LP, recorded on a little camcorder camera thing, and I have since evolved past that. But as you know, today, well, the day this is going up is July the 6th, which is the first day I put up, the day I put up the first episode of Kirby 64. Last year for the anniversary, I did this, special little episode where I showed off how I got all the enemy cards and I did the boss rush and stuff like that. And that was cool. But for this year's anniversary, I thought I was going to show off my skills a little bit more and show something I'm into besides LPing, the speedrunning community, because I'm actually somewhat decent at speedrunning Kirby 64. I'm nowhere near like world record pace, but I can run it pretty fast, and we're gonna be doing that. Originally, I was hoping that I could get a timer on the screen at the same time, but that did not end up happening. But I do have a timer, so I'll be timing myself, and I'll see if I can improve on my best time. It's slightly under an hour and 30 minutes, so this is going to be a long video, but it'll be worth it. And with that, I think we should go ahead and get started. And let's get everything ready here. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so I know about the cover ability. You can skip all that. You can mash buttons. And we're started. So immediately here in Popstar 1, I'm gonna grab a flame here because it's a pretty fast weapon and it's going to be useful for later. Just to let you know, the world record in this run, as far as I know, unless it's changed, uses a double fire, because it goes slightly faster than Kirby running. But, they use it on like every level, and I just think it's kind of lame, so I don't do it. And my run suffers a few minutes of time because of it. But you know what? It's not always about speed. It's about style. Yeah, I just said it wasn't all about speed in a speed run. Whatever. Shut up. Alright. So, ow. Here, I'm gonna drop in here and get the firework ability, because it's going to be needed to get rid of this barrier and grab that crystal shard. This would be a 100% run, by the way, if that wasn't clear, all the way through O2. And firework will also be useful against the Shadow Water D here. Oop, ran into him, because it has a long hit time, so that you can activate it, and it'll it will hit Water D pretty much whether the animation is playing or not. It has like a wide radius, and it'll last a long time. Anyway, at the end screen, all you want to do is just mash buttons. Mash the A button until you, jump and get done with the game, because it's really the fastest way. Even though you do jump straight in the air and it seems like a waste of time, it's still the fastest way. Anyway, now we're in Popstar 2, and we're going to be not running into things, but keeping the firework ability all throughout the level. Also, you maybe notice I'm sliding into doors. This isn't anything like significantly fast. It's just me trying to look cool. Which I know it seems silly, but I've just gotten used to doing it, so I do it from now on. Anyway, here on this little rolly thing, as you may recall, there's a crystal shard under here, and we're actually going to wait until there have been 5 stalls. This is the 5th stall, and then we're gonna jump off, and fly up and get the stall. Because if you jump off right there, Kirby will have just enough air to make it over here safely. You could probably jump a little bit earlier, but I like being safe with that, so I don't do it. Anyway, we're gonna continue to use the firework to kill off the bounty guy mid-boss, and then it's time to the fight with Adeline, which honestly takes a really long time because it takes forever to paint things. And then all you need to do is just, you know, hit them once, at least at this phase. She also, side note about Adeline, she actually has the most health balls of anything in this game, because all the mid bosses have 1. Most main bosses have 2. But Adeline actually has 4. First for those just one-hit enemies, then there's going to be 2 of these like sub bosses that take 3 hits, and then there'll be Adeline herself, and she only takes 1 hit, but she still gets a full life bar. So it is kind of comical to look this see this entire health bar go down in just 1 hit, like so. And then I'm just gonna stand here so that I can spawn right on the crystal shard. Skipping cutscenes, skipping the game. Alright, and on to DDD's castle, which we're going to be keeping the firework again, at least for half of the stage. And I just realized that I'm using the firework ability, and it was recently, you know, the 4th of July here in the States, so it's actually kind of relevant. But it's, you know, a speedrunning reason to use fireworks, not just because it's near the 4th of July. Okay, anyway, back off my holiday tangent. Here we're just going to fly across this gap because it's slow to wait for that platform to get all the way across, even though it is safer. And then we're just gonna jump up here, and finally we must depart with our firework ability. Because instead we have to get double cutter. There's just no way around it. And this is certainly a very good place, considering there's 3 kibbles here waiting for us. And then down here we have to use it right there to get through here. Adeline will paint us a maximum tomato, but unfortunately, you know, it will take time to get that. So you only get that if you're in danger of losing a lot of time by dying. Because, spoiler alert, death in this game costs a lot of time for a speedrun. Alright. So, I don't actually like the double cutter ability for the next part coming up, so I'm going to be getting rid of it here in favor of actually picking up another cutter. But instead of it getting a double cutter, I'm actually going to be combining it with a fire guy up here to get the fire sword, which is going to be useful for the King DDD mini boss coming up like right now, and the boss of Popstar itself. Alright, so this is actually kind of a funny fight to watch. First you just want to stand with the sword behind you, and he'll die, and then he'll go up in the air, and then you just want to hold the sword above your head, and he'll die. Very easy fight. Like, he doesn't even get a chance to attack. Alright. So, moving on. Almost done with the first of 6 planets. Well, technically 7 with the Dark Star. But we are not 1/6 of the way done through the speedrun, considering this is by far the fastest planet. Just because, you know, it's the first one. So, you'd expect it to be fast. Anyway, those Wispy Juniors is not a good way to take them out. Oh shoot, I actually messed that up. Yep. Yeah, technically you're supposed to be able to get 3 hits on Wispy Woods there, but I only got 2, so I'm going to actually be missing a cycle here, which is unfortunate, but oh well. The good news was he actually gave me a... I missed it again. Dang it. He actually gave me a little bit of good luck by starting with the root attack first. You can either do apples or the root attack first. And obviously, since you can only attack him when he has the roots, that's what you want first. And I'm actually ahead of my split, as they call it, for that. So currently, I'm going faster than what I did last time. But that'll probably change with these levels as they get much, much tougher. Alright. So now we're into Rockstar. And this is where the true pain begins. Here I'm going to be getting rid of that power because I do not need it anymore, and it gets rid of all this stuff, allowing me an easy access. And eventually we're going to be needing a single rock ability, but I get it a little bit later, preferring to just run between these guys than to have the rock ability, because although it is useful at getting rid of enemies, it's also very slow, so you don't want to be slow for speedrun, obviously. Alright, so in here is where I'm going to be getting the rock at the very end, but first you want to pretty much just fly over everything, because there's a crystal up there. Usually you kind of want to avoid flying in this game, because it's actually a little bit slower. Well, much slower. Like here you actually want to go a little bit out of your way to get on that platform, just because it'll help you out a little bit more. But now here we're forced to use the rock ability to kill that guy. And then we enter one of the few auto-scrolling sections of the game, which is kind of, you know, a relaxing point. And my timer says we're 10 minutes in the game, or the run, which means we're 1/9 of the way done already. Despite the fact that the game would have us think that we're closer to 1/6, but we're not. It's unfortunate that, you know, all the planets aren't made equal. But hopefully nothing horrible happens. Alright, so here's nothing you can do. Even if I were to fly up there in anticipation of that, you get forced back down to the ground anyway. Alright, so you probably just saw the wall over there that hides a crystal shard. Unfortunately, we need to go get an electric ability, and actually the best electric ability is over here. Now kill that guy so he doesn't get in the way, because if you miss throwing that rock into that electric, it's pretty much run over, because there aren't any rocks past this point. So, you wouldn't be able to get this crystal shard without coming back into this level, which would waste a lot of time. So, there's that. But now we have the electric ball on a chain of electricity power thingamajigger. And here I'm just gonna run past everything, because it's just set up so that I can do that. Alright, and Rock 1 is done. Or Rock Star 1, or Rock Star Level 1, whatever. I'll probably just end up calling it the first word of the planet, and then the number of the stage. This is another stage where the power we have is going to be kept. Here we have falling pillars, which you can technically run past all of them, but if in this game, getting crushed by anything is instant death, so I usually play it a little safe there, and slide under the first one, and then just let the other one fall, the second one, and then get another third and fourth one, because it's usually just the first one that's the problem. So if I slide under it, it won't get me, but then I don't have enough time to get to the second one, obviously, so it's just how I've gotten used to it, how I've practiced it. Okay. So here we have a little maze, sort of. Which is nothing really you can do to get this one quicker. Just gotta deal with it. And wow, that was weird. Yeah, I couldn't fly there, which means I couldn't get out because I still had the power going. Alright. So here, just want to fall. Grab that. And heading on through. Alright, and then this is just a, in this room you just want to kind of go with these rising pillars. It's also important to know where the food is on the run, because you will be getting hurt like that, and you want to know where you can get health. So it's important to know where those places are. I have most of them memorized. Well, not really memorized, but like once I see the location, I'll be like, okay, I know where there's a piece of food around here, if I needed it. So there's that to consider. The good thing about the electric ball ability is that you can keep running while using it, which is awesome. And now here we have a first DDD section. And he's, you know, pretty slow, which is unfortunate, but it's alright. So there I use a little damage boost by that fire guy to get up faster, because I get damaged, and then DDD jumps in the air faster than you would be able to climb. Therefore, I use that to my advantage. Also, whenever you're using DDD, it's a good idea to swing the hammer in the air. That way you still have the jump height carrying you along, because if you stand still, you'll to use the hammer you cannot move while using it. So it's better to be in the air so you can still move. Alright. And I kept the ball of lightning, not just because it's a pretty good ability to have for the speedrun, but also because in this level, toward the beginning here, there's going to be the need to use a rock ability. And why get a new ability when the one from Rock 1 will suffice? And as you can see, for the first time in the run, I'm actually running pretty low on health, so I'm going to take it a little bit safer here. I know some food is, like right here, but I still gotta be careful. Here I hang a left because over here is a mini-boss, and behind the mini-boss is a crystal shard. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to turn around and kill you. That was slightly weird, but you are supposed to get rid of that ability there because we no longer need it. Jump over these guys and down this mound. It's hard to imagine that right now my timer says about 16 minutes, so with that intro, this would be about a 20-minute episode right now, and we're already like, I'd say a fourth of, well, maybe not a fourth, but like a fifth or sixth of the way through the game. So my original LP of, I don't even remember how many, 13 parts maybe, could have been cut down to like 7 or 6. But then again, it didn't have the unlimited time limit back then, so it's all worked out in the end. Alright. So here we have a first swimming section. Unfortunately, like in most games, swimming is pretty slow in this game. Luckily, there will be a current pushing us down here, and we can just hold down on the D-pad to descend even faster, and you just go right past all these guys. And you wanna hit A as much as possible because it makes you swim slightly faster, but it also makes you go higher, so it's not always what you want to do. Now for this, we actually have a current pushing us down, so we have to mash A constantly. And we actually want to hang to the right side, and then especially mash here to get past this thing. There. And then, still clear that. Grab this crystal shard, and we are out of here. And thus is Rock 3. However, Rock 4 is the start of the reset heavy zone. Well, not like, I'm not gonna be resetting obviously, because that'd be very boring for you to watch, but like, this is the start of where a lot of mistakes can happen. This, and pretty much all through Aqua Star and into the beginning of Neo Star, a lot of things can go wrong. So, this is going to be like the make it or break it moment. Once I get past Neo, like halfway through Neo Star, I'll probably just continue and finish the run no matter how far behind I get. Because at that point, everything bad has already happened. Anyway, once we get to that cannon, you want to fly up here, because you can actually get through this door without that platform. And again, that's about where the threshold of Kirby's air lets out. Here, favor the left side to get through as quick as possible. I would not recommend trying to make through extra little gaps, because you probably just get squished, and you do not want to lose this bomb ability. Here, do squeeze through that gap, if you call it a gap, and then combine that to get lightning bomb, because you're going to need need it in this room to find out what Adeline is painted, which would be sun, moon, fish. So squish those 3 down, even though the fish always looked like a carrot to me. Then, in this room, I'm going to use this as an elevator, and there's supposed to be much more to this room, but if you know the layout, you can just know to fly over here. And, oh, I totally ran out of... Hello. Hello, Maximum Tornado, I never knew that was there. Alright, so this was a pretty big waste of time. You're supposed to be able to make it all the way over here. Yeah, with plenty of air. I don't know why I didn't make it the first time. Anyway, we're going to no longer need that power, because this is near the end of this level, and the boss of Rockstar, there's no ability you can really use on it effectively. It's one of the 3 bosses in the game. Well, unless you count the crystal and wing power from O2 fight, but it's one of the 3 bosses in the game that you can't really use a power to better attack. Anyway, here we have picks, and it starts with another auto-scrolling section, which is great. Pretty much, if you don't recall from the LP, or if you didn't watch it, because it was a while ago and it wasn't that great, you just have to survive kind of an onslaught of them attacking you. You have no way to attack them at all in this time, because they are on a completely different plane. Ow. I got distracted looking at my computer, making sure it wasn't messing up, and I'm getting pummeled now. Gotta pay more attention. But yeah, you can't attack them at all. They're not even on the same plane. So we just kinda have to wait out this time, dodge between it when we have the chance. Really, the second attack with the red and the green spinning is the hardest one for me to avoid, because I just have never gotten really a feel for it, and it seems to be the longest one to me. Alright. So, for picks, you'll have little balls coming out of the ground, and you want to, color code them. So, if you do, they only take 2 hits of their own color, or 4 hits of other colors. And that was actually a really good round. I was able to hit 2 of them, and I actually got that when sweeping around, which can be kind of hard to do. Unfortunately, that little blunder in that room of the UFO, when I ran out of air, kind of cost me a lot of time, about 25 seconds. So I am now behind where I was in my best time ever running this game. But I'm not really going for a personal best. I'm just going for, hey, I can actually kind of play this game quickly, and hopefully without dying. Because, you know, it's not very impressive if you're speedrunning a game, you just die. So again, I'm just gonna take a little precautions here. It's slower, but not as slow as dying. And this is, you know, not super try-hard reset at 1 missed frame thing. It's kind of like what would happen if there were like a speedrunning marathon and I was running this game, which would never happen because, you know, they'd get someone better. But this is you know, I just, you know, go with whatever happened. Although I do have the ability to restart the recording if need be. I don't want to have to use that. Anyway, we got freeze at the beginning of this cave and bomb here because it's going to be needed later in this stage. Pretty much if I'm going to be getting a power, it's going to be needed at some point. So there's only like a few instances where I get one for like a boss or something. Alright. So you want to avoid that guy. He can get you when you're coming up that little thing, and then here you want to get on this little platform here and just turn into the snowman and jump into this guy. That way the 2 guys on the bottom don't get you at all, and you just fall into the crystal shard. Luckily I have full health, so all that would give it a 1-up, which in a speedrun I really shouldn't need, especially because this game's pretty generous with 1-ups. It's nowhere near Super Mario Galaxy 2 generous, giving 57 lives from the get-go, but it's not bad. So, that's what we needed that for, obviously. And now we just need to exit the stage, which is right over here. And we'll be done with Aqua 1. And as you can tell, the levels are certainly longer than they were in Popstar. Thus why it doesn't take an hour, but more like an hour and 30 minutes to beat this game. Even though, with 6 worlds, it should, going off the time it takes to do Popstar, it would only take an hour. But you can't extrapolate like that. I'm not gonna be using a word like extrapolate. I hope I use that word correctly. I don't actually know. Alright. So here I'm gonna get rid of this. I need this rock. And then we're going to attempt to avoid all these borders. Okay. As you notice, there's a current in the river, and when you run with the current, makes you run fast, or faster than normal. So whenever you're going with the current, certainly run with it. However, once you cross this bridge, you can just run across. We'll get to a current that's going against us, and here you want to jump as much as possible because the current is pushing against you. So obviously running is not a good idea. So here we've gone fire and rock, the volcano ability to get rid of this gate up there and take out this boss. Mostly to get rid of the gate so we can get that crystal shard. And then we'll head over here and enter the first of 3 Waddle Dee vehicle sections. And this is, you know, pretty simple. You can't really make it go any faster. There's also a whole bunch of food if you're low on health, so feel free to go to that. The only thing is just make sure you don't miss the crystal shard, because there's always a crystal shard on a Waddle Dee vehicle section, like this one right here. But we got it. But if you miss that, yeah, it's kind of a very big time loss. And the worst part is, you know, going through the rest of this like little cart path knowing you're going to have to come back into this level to get that. That is, if you didn't already run up to your N64 and reset out of frustration, which could happen when speedrunning this or any game. Well, maybe not any game, but once you get good enough, any game will make you mad. I don't care how easy the game is. If you're speedrunning it, it'll make you mad once you get good enough. That's what I've learned from watching and or playing. Anyway, here, going down the river, we want to count the waterfalls. There's already 4, and this one was 5. There's a crystal shard behind that. That's just how I remember to get that one. It can be an easy one to forget, so don't forget it. And now we have to climb all the way back upriver before we get out of here, with these really annoying logs, which will be making a return appearance shortly after this stage. They're very, very annoying, and I wish they would go away, because when you get hit by one, you kind of get like stun locked a little bit. I don't really want to show it because, you know, it wastes time, but like you get hit by it and then you get pushed back by it while you're invincible, which takes a lot of time. And we're good. Okay. So it's much better to get hit by a enemy than one of these logs. Alright. And then jump up the river. And we have just finished Aquastar 3. Wow, 3! Voice crack. Well, Aquastar 2, sorry. And we've also just passed the 30-minute mark on my timer, which means we're about 1/3 done. So, yay for that, I guess. Alright. So, here, we're just gonna run past all this, stuff, and hope to not get hit by anything. And then, over here, I'm going to have to eventually get rid of the fire and rock ability, or fire and stone. I guess it's officially stone in Kirby Dreamland, but whatever. Or Kirby's Adventure, I think is the first game that came out. Alright, so you want to get a cut to there, and not get hit by that pellet. And then, this is one of the few stages where you actually have to get 2 abilities behind 2 different, like, little gate things that we've been seeing. Yeah, there's actually 2 of them in this stage. In the first one, you need Cutter and Bomb. So I play it really extra careful here, because that bomb fish will explode, and it wastes a lot of time if he does. It's not like a unforgivable position, because you can just re-scroll back on the screen, but it still wastes time. Anyway, here you want to stop on this thing, head into this little hole, fall slightly to the left, throw Ninja Star once you get close to the end, and then stop on this boulder. If you're low on health, you can grab the maximum tomato for not too much time lost, but obviously I have full health, so that would just be pointless. Anyway, already we have to get rid of the Ninja Star, even though I like it so much, because we're going to need this rock for the other gate in this level. And like a few other abilities, this one, if you miss the throw, it'll send you back. Luckily, this one is not that bad. You just need to get those 2 together. So, it's kind of lined up for you, luckily. Alright, and then jump in this hole, now that we have Rocket Cutter. Here, you want to get on the other side of this boss, and start using the thing, because if you're on the other side of the boss, you fall in that hole, and then you won't get this crystal shard, and then you'll be sad. So obviously you saw the crystal shard over there, and here we're going to be getting into a little bit of the RNG, or the random number generator of this game. Pretty much, I have a, I think it's a 1 in 6 chance of pulling up the character I need. It might be a 1 in 8 chance. But I'm looking for Rick, this guy. He's the only one who can get this crystal shard, and this ability has like a 1 in 6 or 1 in 8 chance of making him appear. So you could get it first try, you could be sitting there for like a minute waiting for him to appear. It's completely random. It's one of the few things that's random in this game. Funnily, because his name is Rick, I call getting stuck there for a while getting Rickrolled. I feel it's a pretty fitting name. So it's like, oh, I lost my run to the Rickroll. Anyway, as you can see, we have these stupid logs again on these platforms that don't always fall at the same time, because some of them you'll step on, then they'll immediately fall, other ones they take like a second. I don't know, it's dumb. Alright, but now we're just gonna fall over here, and we're done with Aqua 3. And we're about to move into a section of the game which is probably the most nerve-wracking. Pretty much, you can get rid of this as soon as possible. This level, Aqua 4, is the start of a very long chain, or in this level, it's a very long chain of abilities, or one ability you have to get. Pretty much, you're going to get one of the elements here in this stage, and keep it for all of this stage, and face the boss of Aqua Star with this ability, and go through pretty much all of Neo Star up to the very end with this ability, then combine it with the last enemy of Neo Star 1, and then finally use it halfway through Neo Star 2. So, you have Bomb now, which, will be very good. So, moving on. Anyway, I don't know if you heard that, but, that was my mother. Usually, that's the kind of, interruption I'd cut out in my LPs, but this is a speedrun. Can't stop the timer, can't stop for anything, so if you did hear that, oh well. The show must go on. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to have this bomb ability for all of this stage, and the boss, and most of the next stage. And, we cannot lose it. Because, luckily, or unluckily in this game, when you get hit, there's kind of a random chance of, you losing your ability. I haven't quite figured out how it works, but it seems like the more health you have, the less likely it happens. And especially if you get hit like a lot in a short amount of time, it seems to happen more often. So I try to avoid that. Anyway, this boss can be kind of annoying. It's possible to get him all 4 hits when he's up there, but it's pretty dangerous, and you can get comboed by that guy pretty easily. So I just kind of go around twice, and then just kind of wait it out. Now here we have random spawning rocks from the left, and the thing is, you just want to stick to the bottom to get this crystal shard, because if you go anywhere past this, you can't swim back through this current, and you'd have to go through this entire level, which is one of the longest levels in the game, again to get it. Alright, so, that's one of the levels with this chain of, elements we need. Luckily, with Bomb, the aggro fight is pretty much a joke. Like, that was his phase 1. He didn't even get all the way to the wall. So I am grateful that this ability makes Acro really easy for him. He has a phase 2, but it's just as easy. It's a little bit harder because he's harder to hit and harder to predict where he's going. But we'll see what happens, because he's going to be appearing on the bottom. We just need to start chucking bombs once the earthquake stops. Alright, so he's over here, and he's already doing the charge move, which kind of wastes a little bit of time. But there's really nothing you can do about that. It may happen, or it may not. And I'm getting really lucky with the monster spawns. Oh, and he's doing it again. Yeah, this is really unlucky, because I'm getting these angel things, which really limit your ability to move around, because of their, like, spiky head that has a huge hitbox. Alright, but then once he's dead, you swim to the top, and grab the crystal shard, and hey, actually gain time. About 6 seconds. So yeah, that was a pretty good Aqua Star. And now we move on to Neo Star, which would be halfway through the game, except for it's not, because, you know, the levels are much longer. Anyway, the strange part about what we're doing, like, by carrying this bomb all the way over here, is that all throughout this level, the element we need is all around us. We've already seen a lot of them. The stone enemies. We're going to be combining bomb with stone to create the dynamite. Oh, no you don't. I will take damage to get that back. Yeah, I almost lost my ability right there. But yeah, the dynamite ability, I really hate it. I cannot use it, and it's like one of the slowest abilities. So I wait as long as possible to get it. And luckily for me, and for the speedrun, there is a rock enemy at the very end of this level. Like, the last enemy here is a rock enemy, and it's not a hard one to get, so we'll end up getting that. And then, unfortunately, we'll still have to go through about half of Neo 2 with that ability to get to the wall that needs that ability. And I really hate that they put that ability in at one of the walls you need in this game, because it's just one of the worst abilities in my opinion. It's slow, it will hurt you unless you're paying extra special attention. It's just a really hard ability to like. Anyway, here we have a boss where we can just stun with bombs. He doesn't even get a chance to attack. And then here is the room of Jerk's camera angles, where we can't see these little jelly guys coming out of the ceiling. You also might notice that when I'm running on these logs, when I jump off of them, I carry the momentum of whatever I had on the log with me. Unfortunately, because there's so many of them chained together, it really doesn't end up doing much. But it's whatever. Also, make sure you don't forget that crystal shard up there on the ceiling that I got, because it's another easy one to forget, because it's, you know, hidden by the camera. Anyway, here we have another little invincibility candy run, where we get a few pieces of extra food and stuff. But then here, we want to stop and let him run into that, so that we get our dynamite, because this is the end of Neo 1, and that was the stone enemy I was referring to. Alright, so on to Neo 2. First, hang left, grab that, and then just fall in. And into another Waddle Dee vehicle auto-scroller. And this one is kind of kind of a funny thing here, because as you can see, there are some bomb enemies on this rail. But despite that fact, there aren't any actual bomb enemies up to this point in Neo Star that you can actually suck up. If you could suck up these bomb enemies, then I wouldn't have to carry a bomb from Aqua Star. But since I do, well, since you can't suck them up from the minecart, you have to follow. Well, not follow. You have to carry a bomb from Aqua Star, and it can be really scary at times. But I'm pretty confident that I'll make it with Dynamite. I only have a few more rooms to go. There can be some difficult rooms, but I usually take my time in them as to not mess this up. And once I get past this, it's pretty much I'll be finishing the run, because there's not really anything really like time wasting unless like I get a big setback death, which there are a few, but they don't happen that often. Alright. So here we have a cavern of more currents. Again, just run up when they're going against you, or run up, jump up when they're going against you, run with them when they're going with you. And you should pass all the Shatsus or cannons and all the jelly blobs, no problem. Alright, so this is the room where the faded dynamite door is. Now, unfortunately, it's at the end of this room, and this is not an easy room to get through without getting hurt. Mostly because there's a lot of leaps of faith and a lot of difficult to dodge enemies. But we've made it. Ah, dang it. You usually want that dynamite to hit that angel so it blows up immediately instead of having to wait. But once I get that crystal shard, it's like a big sigh of relief, because that's the best thing I can do. And then I get rid of that ability as quick as possible in this boss fight. Usually I like to throw it against these guys, but a guy appeared above me and he kinda got rid of it, so that kinda sucked. But yeah, it's usually best to suck up 2 of those little jelly guys, and then you get a little spitball that kills the rest of them that have appeared. This is another crushing room, so be careful here. A death here is not that bad, considering the fact that you only go back to the beginning of this room, and you already took out the dynamite crystal shard, as you will. So it's really not that bad, but I still take it a little bit slow, because, you know, a death is still a death, and it's still time lost. And so, now we move on to Neo 3. Which we're going to need the okay, maybe not. I was gonna say we were gonna need the first 2 enemies we find, but that one died, and I'm pretty sure there are more rock enemies ahead. In fact, I'm positive that there are more rock enemies ahead, like right here. But there aren't any spike enemies ahead. Okay, this is a little bit of a detour. You want to get drill here. It'll be useful. Trust me on this one. And I think I already got rid. Yeah, I already got rid of the. There used to be an orange block here, and it seems to me that the only thing that gets rid of that orange block, there's no brown on it, but the only thing that gets rid of it is the drill, which is really weird for this game. Oh, dang it. Alright, so here we have another babysitting of the ability, if you will. Like, right after we just got done babysitting Dynamite, we have to now babysit another ability, the double freeze ability, which we're going to be needing in Neo 4. So it's only 1 stage, but Neo 4 is probably the longest stage in the game. So it can feel like you have this ability for a long time. and that coupled with the fact that it's not exactly the fastest ability, because you turn into a giant snowball, which moves slower than, definitely, it moves slower than Kirby's run, and probably it might even move slower than Kirby's walk. So I don't use it unless a situation really calls for it, or I'm in like deep trouble and I need to get rid of enemies fast. So anyway, yeah, these rooms can be a little bit tricky, as you can see me narrowly dodging birds and such, and sliding under these rocks. It's probably not the fastest way to do it, but it's the safest way. Alright, now here, Adeline can paint 1 of 3 pictures. I got pretty unlucky, actually. The umbrella is the worst one to get, because you have to get rid of the most blocks. There's also a pizza, which you have to you get rid of the medium amount of blocks, and the top hat is the best. You get rid of a few blocks on the edges. But yeah, so that can take a while to sculpt that out. I almost forgot how to do that one because I hadn't gotten that one in so long. But luckily, what I tried worked. Or else I could have been like, oh, I don't know what to do. And that would have been bad. Yeah, so that's another thing about this game. You can't just go into it expecting really fast, because there's something like that that you need memorization. I mean, surely you could logic it out, but in the time it would take, who knows? You're gonna be losing time. So, yeah, I'm good at fast movement. Don't forget this crystal shard down here. Another easy one to forget. There I jumped into an enemy and didn't get hurt. That'll happen sometimes. I don't know how to control it, and I really wish I did. Because sometimes I run into an enemy or jump into an enemy and I get pounded. Other times I just stop them. I think they have to be moving down toward me at the same time that I'm jumping up toward them, and we like both cancel each other out. That's what I've picked up, but it really could be anything. Alright, so on to Neo 4, the obligatory lava stage. Luckily, this game only has 1 lava stage. Unluckily, it's very, very, very long. Also, here we have randomly generated falling rocks, so just dodge them the best you can. It will never be the same pattern, or at least it won't be the same pattern to like 2 back-to-back playthroughs. I don't know if there's a set like pattern, but they definitely do not seem like to go in a pattern at all. They just seem like random to me. Alright. Remember, we're still going to be needing the double freeze ability later in Neo 4. So after being gone for all of Aquastar, DDD's finally back. And you wanna use his wind-up hammer here against these things, because although it doesn't make you stop, the wind-up hammer is faster than hitting 2 separate hammers. Also, I'm getting my butt handed to me by all these birds. And I keep forgetting that I even take my own advice. Don't forget the crystal shard hidden in there. It's another easy one to forget. But yeah, there's some jerkish location like that. I have to jump to that island, but I also have to get rid of that bird. It's kind of hard to do. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But whatever. And now we must make it through this room with the double freeze. It's the last room we have to make through with the double freeze, I believe. But I usually take it pretty carefully. Because, you know, I don't want to lose it now. Although it's not that bad of a room. There actually might be another room after this. But I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Alright, here, I'm actually going to intentionally go slower, because I just can't pass this up. You're just rolling down this hill, and enemies are just running into you. It's slower, yes, but it's hilarious, so I don't care. I'm putting it in my speedruns. Because the speedruns ain't about always about going fast, it's about looking good. And I think I already said that. This is what happens when I go 54 minutes, well 53 and a half, in a non-stop one video recording. I start reusing stuff, which is not good. But oh well. So yeah, now we have no use for the double freeze. We can get rid of that immediately, and all we have to do is outrun this rather slow lava like wall. Coming up here, you want to suck up these two enemies at once and get firework again. We're going to be briefly delving back into the realm of American independence. That is, I feel like I'm implying that the Americans are the only ones who know how to do fireworks, when in fact it was invented in China. I mean, what wasn't made in China these days? Thing! But, you know what I mean. You can't blame me for being a silly American. I mean, we just had our Independence Day, so come on, fireworks are a big deal to us. Even though it rained here, so I didn't even get to see them that great, or that well. Good grammar. Anyway, I'm playing Kirby 64, and I should probably be talking about that. Not recent events in America. But now I feel like we're just escaping this volcano. We got another crystal shard over there, which can be easy to miss. And I've never found out a really good way to get through that in a very efficient manner. I just kind of go. And, hope it works. Alright, now on to Magman. The fifth form of Magman with, the firework. He has 3 attacks, and each one you can do a different amount of damage to him. He has one attack where you can do 2 damage, which he did right now because he's a jerk. Yeah, you can only get 2 damage on that attack. And you can only get, well, usually you can get 3 damage on that. And then he has, he's doing the 2 attack one again. Whatever. He also has one where he throws up each block I'm standing on individually into the ceiling, and you can actually hit him for 4 damage there. So it's possible you could get him in 2 cycles, but it's usually 3 cycles. And then once his health ball is complete, you just want to start using this. Although you do want to not take damage. That's also kind of important for taking on bosses. And luckily he did not turn into a little pile of, well, little puddle of lava, because that wastes time. And I saved another 2 seconds off my time. So really, this is actually for a recorded run. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, which I'll probably do now that I've said it, but for a recorded run, this actually has been pretty good. There's only been like one medium mistake in Rockstar level 4, which cost me about 30 seconds, I think. But I've been slowly and making up a little bit of time in each planet. The best part is in Ripple Star, the last planet, the planet after Shipper Star, the one we're on right now. Well, not the last planet is Dark Star with O2, but the last apparent planet, at least. I can save probably around a minute there, and I can also save a lot on my O2 boss fight. So, as long as nothing catastrophic happens, I might actually get a new PB, which would be great to get on recording and commentaried. Anyway, on Shiver Star, there's snow, which slows down the run speed. But what the game doesn't do is slows down your run speed in air. So to get the maximum speed, you're gonna have to jump in air, obviously. Now here we have the last of the 3 Waddle Dee vehicle sections. Here you can head through that igloo to get a few extra little yellow stars. But the next igloo coming up right here, you definitely want to get on top of, so you get that crystal shard. Because as I said, the Waddle Dee sections are they will always have a crystal shard in them, and if you miss it, it's kind of bad. Anyway, we wanted the firework. I guess I should mention that we kept the firework for a reason, so that we could get rid of that little snowy alcove up there, and then that's where the crystal shard appears. I think you only need a fire ability, but we already had firework, and I like firework, so why not? The speedrun, well, the world record speedrun probably uses double fire again, because it's apparently slightly faster than the run speed. I don't know. I just don't think the run with that looks as good, because, like, every level it's like, oh, okay, let me just find a fire enemy. Okay, let me get double fire. Okay, let me just use this non-stop, and I'm like, I don't really like that. I like using the different abilities, or just going no ability at times to run through stuff. And yeah, I sacrifice a little bit in time, but I make up for it in soul. Because, you know, my speedrun's got soul, man. And it's also got pain from little floaty propeller hat ice bro man purple blob Mr. Fantastic the Third, which is their official name. I have the enemy card to prove it, but I can't show that now. I'm in a speedrun. I'm sorry. And oh god, I get weird when I forced to commentate for an hour. Well, I mean, no one's forcing me to do it, but I want to, because I want to show off my skills, which sound really, you know, kind of conceited until you realize that's pretty much the point of any LP. That and, like, show off the game. The 2 points of LPs. 1, show off your skills. 2, show off the game. Everything else is unnecessary. Also, you can take it the other way. You can put the importance of the game in front of yourself. Yeah, I won't mind. Anyway, we've reached the 1 hour mark now. So we're about 2/3 of the way done with the game, or with the run at least. And we are now in a the butter building level, which can be kind of annoying, in all honesty. For reasons we'll see a little bit later. From what I've gathered, I don't think you lose speed when running on the clouds. It doesn't seem that way, but there's a lot of enemies here that jump over anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, here you wanna drop down below the clouds to get that crystal shard. Then you wanna just puff up here, and head over to these air little pocket thing. And then once you get up, well, I was gonna say you can get a piece of food, but then I just lost the health, so it wasn't really worth it. But yeah, there's a couple crystal shards that are a little annoying in this level. We're actually approaching the first one, because we have this rotating thing. But the thing is, you wanna you push A to activate it, but you wanna hit A before you get to your destination. Because if you push it at your destination, there's a chance it actually won't catch there and it'll actually go to the next one. And when you're going for the crystal shard, the next one is up, which automatically propels you to the next level, and you can't go back. So that's a lot of time wasted. So make sure you hit that button before you get to that, like, top left where the crystal shard is. Anyway, once we get over here, we're gonna get rid of our firework, unfortunately, because we need needle. Or, yeah, needle. I always forget the name of it, because I always wanted to call it pointy as a kid. Because that's what it was. I mean, to be fair, this is my first Kirby game, and all the, only the neutral needle attack actually looked like needles. Everything else was like just pointy stuff. So I'm like, this is pointy stuff, so we're going to call it the pointy element. But it's actually needle, as I learned by playing other Kirby games. Anyway, these claptraps, I just kind of take a little time to make sure they get out of my way. Beware of the snowbirds / cloudbirds coming from the sky. Alright. That, ow! Get out of here. That electric guy can be kind of a little bit trolly, if you will. Because what he can do is he can actually jump to the right, and kill himself. So you have to like go back and rescroll him on the screen. Also, this fight you need the needle, and it's really annoying because the needle is a really bad ability because it has like no control of it. And I just want to get done, get over with before I end up dying. And honestly, I have a little bit low health right now, and you can spend a little bit time at the end game to try to get the maximum tomato if you think you're good enough. But it is a risk that you have to be willing to take. And I probably should have in that situation, because this is the mall stage, and it can be a little brutal itself. Especially, not so much in the fact of, like, the enemies are hard, but, like, they don't give you much food. So you'd better, take it careful. Alright. So this is a room I usually try to go a lot faster in, but my low health kind of warrants that I go slowly here. Alright, let me grab that. It's going to be very important. Okay, in here, you just want to run under here and grab this, needle guy. We're going to be needing needle again, but this time a different type of needle. Get these eye thwomps to go down. Luckily, okay, we have full health now. That makes me feel a little bit more secure. Still not feeling like I can take on the world, but we'll get there. So anyway, here we have a one of these jelly blob guys. Just sit here, spam B, kill him. Pretty easy. Alright, here we have to wait for Adeline to paint the 3 pictures. So we got a cherry, a melon, and grapes. Alright. So we just have to match the colors. Cherry, melon, and grape. And grab the crystal shard. I think the other things is like, that's good grammar. The other things are, well, actually I guess that was good grammar. I don't know what I said, it just sounded weird. Anyway, there's an acorn, a, strawberry, I think a lemon, and, oh, dang it. Yeah, you need that rock enemy. I kinda messed up. Anyway. So let's kinda get this out and go under him, so that he runs into it and becomes the drill again. This is actually going to be needed for the next level, the warehouse factory level, if you remember. It's one of the more infamous Kirby music, or Kirby tracks because of its music. And I'm going to be a scald little babby here and grab all the food I can. because, spoiler alert, the ow! Just after I get all this food, just take it away from me. But yeah, the factory warehouse level is rather difficult. Alright, now we come into this room with these Shards that are normally good at predicting where you're gonna be next. They have like aim assist or something. So pretty much you wanna like alternate between whether you're going to be running on the ground or jumping into the sky. Like so they are always thrown off. And you should be good. And then suddenly we're outside, I don't know. Video game logic. Alright. On to the factory level. This is another level with 2 barriers, if you will. Who needs ladders? We'll just fall. And straight under that saw, take no damage because we're at high velocities. And our head at high velocities is stronger than a saw blade, even when it gets run straight into it. Anyway, here you want to throw a drill on every level. And then on the 4th level, you want to go over because there were blocks that needed drill here. And now they're gone. So yay. Jump over that guy. And in here. For another DDD section. And what I think is actually the last DDC section in the game. Yeah, this room is a crusher room. And there's a way to like run past all these guys, and there's like a cycle to mate, and if you get slowed down you're gonna get crushed. I don't do any of that because, you know, death is time wasted, and I'll just take it a little bit slower and still get a decent time. That's how I kind of see things. Maybe I just haven't gotten good enough to the fact where I can do all these risky stuff, but I just call it being conscious, especially for a commentated run that's like not going for a special time. Although, if I keep up this pace, I might actually have a chance. I certainly hope so. That would be so great to get on video. Alright, so anyway, in this room, we have Gordos, which are annoying. But more importantly, we have... This is a room where we have to get another ability in. Luckily, both elements are actually in this room. Unluckily, they are kind of annoying. How did he die? He just, like, decided to explode. He's like, eh, okay, fine, I'll get you. He seemed to cooperate. Yeah, we need 1 cutter. Come on. It's a little bit more time loss, unfortunately. Get out of the way. And now I got a Goldie on my way. Yeah, we need 1 cutter and 1 electric. Here, get out of the way. Ah, enemies, come on. Alright, so you want to track this guy down, and then once he's stopped, you hit him, and we get the Darth Maul double lightsaber lightning Zeus power, which is going to be useful, and by useful I mean required, to get the crystal shard from this boss. Come on, get back here. Alright. It's unfortunate that such an awesome ability gets used for so little. It's like this one and the Ninja Star are just like not used at all. Or at least very minimally in the run. Now this is another room where you can like technically like make cycles and go really really fast, but I like taking slow because it's, you know, crush and danger, and, you know, crush is death. And this isn't in really a spot of the game where it's super dangerous to, I can't even make that. It's super dangerous to die. There's not really anything we have to like preserve from one part or the other level to the next, and we wouldn't like we wouldn't have to repeat the level if we died, only just this room. But I mean, a death is a death, as I said before, and I'm taking no chances, in especially in a run like this. You've heard this all before, because I like to repeat things. I will get past this, though, because, you know what, why not? Unfortunately, I have to get rid of this. We don't have to, but for the upcoming boss, it's going to be useful for me not to have electric cutter, but rather electric rock. And oh god, wall of death! Right here, you really want to book it, because over here we have a crystal shard, and over here you really want to book it to get through this wall before that guy gets you, and that can be really close at times. Especially if that first like little mole guy hits you with his bubble, you'll almost never make that. So luckily I dodged the little bubble. And we are moving on to the Transformer boss, like HR-H/HR-E. Yay. Alright. So, in all honesty, this probably isn't the best ability to fight this guy with, but it's the one that's you know, available in the factory, so I'll take it. And it's not a bad ability, mostly because it's ranged. And wow, this guy actually gave me the long attack 3 times. Oh wait, he still has an attack. Yeah, don't get fooled by thinking his explosion meant he's done. Anyway, it's time for him to transform like a Hungry Luma into Scissor Cob Man. And ow, that hurt. Ow, he's doing it a long attack. Gotta run him over here so he doesn't squishy. And repeat the hey! Don't get out of my range. Okay. And he's down. Aw, looks like I'm losing time now because of those little arrows. Still, I haven't lost. It was only what, 3 seconds-ish. So I'm currently 13 seconds behind my best run, which sounds, you know, not that great, but it's actually really good because in my best run, this planet, well, actually the next 2 planets went really badly. The reason I was so content with my personal best up until now was that the middle planets, which are usually really hard, went really well. The Rockstar, thank God for that Maximum Trainer. Yeah, Rockstar, Aquastar, Neostar, and Shiverstar all went really well in my personal best. By the way, you can just spam that guy. Yeah, they all went really well in my personal best. But Popstar, Ripplestar, and Dogstar didn't go as well. But they're usually the easier ones, so it's kind of like a weird situation that I found myself in, where I did good on the harder stuff, but bad on the easier stuff. Anyway, you're going to need this ability. Don't worry about sucking up the rock guy. You'll always get this, well, as long as you suck up the... As long as the Poppy Bow is closer to you, when you start sucking up heal, you'll get the Gordo ability, which you need to get rid of that little opening. Anyway, at this point in the world record, actually, back when I was fighting the Transformer, they'd be done. And, oh! You know what, I just forgot about something. Wow. That was a mind dumb. Yeah. This is the one time in the game we have to actually go back to a level to get a new ability, and I totally forgot about that. You actually need to get electric, because first thing in this level there's a little gate for electric to get a crystal shard. I don't need that. What am I doing? But yeah, obviously there's no electric here, and there's no electric at the end of Ripple 1, so you have to actually go back to the beginning of Ripple. Luckily, the first enemy in Ripple 1 is an electric one, so you don't have to go that far. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, which cost a little bit of time. Oopsies. Oh, I didn't even see you there. Jerk. Alright. Over here we have a little bit of a scripted cutscene with the last time we see DDD until Darkstar, at least. Alright. So, moving on. Here we want to combine these two for the double lightsaber again. Technically you don't need the double lightsaber, all you need is the cutter ability, but the cutter ability is really slow. So I like combining it with something, and since I already have an electric ability, might as well combine it with that, right? Shoot, I want that. Yeah. So come over here, grab this crystal shard, don't forget it. And I have been taking this whip style kind of relaxed because I know that I have I'm going to be gaining a lot of time, probably even going ahead of my PB personal best. I really hope so. If I remember correctly, I think my PB on Ripple 1 lost the spike ability before it got the bomb, so we couldn't get to that last crystal shard. So we had to redo that entire level, which cost a lot of time. Alright. So, on to the enemy rush, where we have 5 rooms of non-stop enemies. Luckily, for the first 2 rooms at least, we get to use the awesome Darth Maul Zeus Lightning. So I guess it does get a little bit more use than I said at first. But past room 3, we're gonna actually have to change weapons for the last crystal shard wall, like, barrier thing in the game. And yeah, there's no crystal shard in every room, just in rooms 1, 3, and 5. Alright. You want to get rid of those 2 guys. Get rid of all these guys until you get a fire. And a point for the flaming arrow, so you can shoot that and grab the what's it called? The shot. I'm silly. I lost that ability, but it really doesn't matter because I'm not going to need it from now on. But the only problem is I have to kind of fight things manually from now on. But actually, I'm just gonna get this electric ability because it's probably one of the best for killing enemies quickly. One of the best of the like neutral weapons, or singular, whatever you want to call it. Here I'm just gonna go above these Gordos, so I don't have to deal with them. It's probably faster anyway. Alright, one more room. And this is like the flying room, it looks like. With everything's floating and coming at us. But I'm just like, you know, jumping up and mashing B. Luckily these birds can actually just die when falling into the wall. So, you can kill them that way too. Kill them by doing nothing. Alright. And up here is the end of this. And I'm actually going to aim for the Maximum Tomato, because the next thing coming up is Miracle Matter, and I admit I'm not very good at this fight, and I'm going to be taking a lot of damage, and I want as much health as possible so that I do not die. Alright. So here we have, you know, Spike Form. This is one of the other bosses that you can't hurt with a regular weapon. You have to use his own stuff against him. even though you can create every weapon with his stuff. Oh, dang it. Oh! I feel like that should have hit. Yeah, you can. He has every element. If you suck up these little, like, things he gives off, they give you the element, but it doesn't do you any good. Because only ice Miracle Metal gets hit by ice. And, oh god, electric. Electric is by far the worst because they seem to just pop out of the walls when least expecting them. At least for me. It never seems very constant. And you never really know where they're gonna come, so it's hard to predict where to suck up. I'm just gonna fly above this guy. There we go. And oh come on, not electric again. My main goal is just have more health than him at all times, and oh god, that was close. And somehow I still hit him through all that. Alright, fire. Oh. I didn't actually get hit by that. Not the best move for fire to use. Oh, come on! Stop using electric. Use, like, anything else. Especially Cutter. Cutter is the best ability. If electric is the worst, then Cutter is the best. Although fire, when he hits vertical, is also pretty good. Oh, well, he just quit. Usually you can get 3 hits. There. Whoa! Okay. Oh. Are you gonna give Cutter a bomb at all? Jeez. There we go. Cutter, the best one. You can get so many hits on him. Because he makes so many rounds. Oh. If I would have hit that, you could have actually gotten 4 hits on him. Except for he did a little explosion anyway. Oh, and there's bomb. So we did end up showing all the elements anyway. How nice. Unfortunately, bomb's probably the hardest one to hit with, if you get unlucky. Oh, but we get a second chance. I wasn't asking for that, but I'll take it if I have to. See, I don't know why some of them take longer to appear than others, and really? Okay, game's just taunting me now. It's like, hey, you gotta hit me with bomb before I die. And I'm like, okay. Just one more hit. Pfft. Wow, 4 bombs in a row. And, if this game is fair, there's a 1 in 7 chance. So, that's pretty insane. So that's happened 4 times. And I am a minute ahead of my PB. So, let's go kick O2's butt. My only hope now is that, cross my fingers, knock on all wood, and all superstitions go, nothing happens to the audio or the video. No errors have happened, and I would really hate it to happen at this point. I'm gonna be grabbing that. I wasted a little bit of time, but I want as much health for O2 as possible, because although he's very easy to do damageless when casual, speedrunning is a different story because you gotta go fast, which means you gotta go through his bombs. Also, prepare to have your thumb hurt from mashing B, because that's pretty much what this boss fight is all about. Also, you know how you can take out the wings? Not important. Don't take out the wings at all. They're not with, the time it takes to take them out. Alright. So we gotta take out his bandage part. Alright. Then let's head down here. And just beat it up. And you can probably hear the clicking in the background. Alright. Because if you try to take out the wings, it'll end up being a 3-cycle fight. Probably. Instead of just a 2-cycle fight. I don't think you can do it in 1 cycle. That'd be ridiculous. I don't even know what actually getting rid of his wings do. Maybe I feel like it makes less damage need on his eye, or maybe he moves slow or something. I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't make enough of an effect where the speedrun needs to take him out. What I do know is that I want to take him out as fast as possible. because time ends when the last hit. And I just got a 127.53 in Kirby 64, which is a new personal best by over a minute and a half, which is awesome that I got it on film with commentary. That's so great. This one could be better, but I'm not gonna try, because that's everything I could have hoped for on a run. Honestly, I'm like beaming right now. This is great. Yeah. So that was the speedrun of Kirby 64. Hope you enjoyed it. Seeing my entire first LP smushed into one big episode. This is something that I might do from time to time. Because I can speedrun a few other games, but if I'm going to do it, I'll probably LP the game first, because in a speedrun you miss a lot of things in the game, like I skip the cutscenes and stuff, and so I feel like I want to give the game its full attention it deserves before I speedrun it, because I only speedrun the games I really like, because it's like a new way to get more replay out of it, because you're playing it in an entirely new way and you're racing against yourself, and it's really fun. I would recommend, picking out your favorite game, going online, like looking up a speedrun, and if there's not one, go figure out the fastest way to do stuff in it. There's a speedrun community at speedrunslive.com you can check out. They speedrun a whole bunch of games there. Don't be afraid to ask anyone there any questions, because they will hopefully be very nice about it. There are a couple of jerks, like with any online community, but most of them are really nice. I've recently gone into it. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, so far, of all the games I've LP'd, this is the only one I can also speedrun for now. Well, I kind of, sort of, like, almost speedrun Super Metroid. I did it in a quick way, but like not in a way that was like actual speedrun, because they can do it in like less than an hour, and mine took like just under 3. Well, in-game time. But anyway, that's the end of the credits. This video is certainly long enough. So I guess with that, that's gonna be it for this episode, for this 2nd anniversary celebration of my LPing. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you stuck it through the entire thing, props to you. Check out my other stuff. You might not want to check out the original LP I did of this. It wasn't that great, because it was on camcorder and stuff. But check out my recent stuff. It's much better. And this has been a lot of fun. I'm so glad I did this, and I'm so glad I got a personal best while recording. That's so great. But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point, so thank you guys very much for watching. And I will see you guys soon with more Super Mario Galaxy 2. See you guys then.